It has been a while since the three of us have actually sat down with microphones recording in a while, and it's the end of the year. This is the last chance we get to record a podcast this year. What do you think?
Okay, I was really excited to record this podcast. You just made me sad.
How? Why?
Because we haven't done this in a long time, and this is the last time of 2021, and what if 2022 is different?
But we're doing this right now, so why are we sad?
Hi, everybody. How are you?
Welcome to the RV Small Talk podcast, where we talk about lightweight trailers, truck campers, and the people, places, and adventures that go right along with them. We are your humble hosts from Princess Craft RV. I am Clint.
I'm PJ.
And I'm Lindsay.
And she is drinking coffee, hence the pause. We'd like to welcome you to today's installment of the RV Small Talk podcast. If you have any questions, any comments, send them on over to questions@rvsmalltalk.com. That is questions@rvsmalltalk.com. Or you can always call and leave us a message at Google Voice. Our Google Voice number is 512-843-1311. That's 512-843-1311. So hop on over to your keyboard, your smartphone, or your old rotary phone. I don't care. Give us a call, drop us a line, give us a comment, give us a question. We'll see if we can fit it into a future recording or maybe even a live event that we do on Fridays. Did you know about our lives? They're on Fridays, noon Central time, live. Which brings me to our Facebook community group. That is RV Small Talk Community on Facebook.
And there's been some activity lately. I really love seeing other people posting about their trips. We've had more activity than usual, and I'm loving it. So keep it coming.
Absolutely. Hey, it's a new year, almost.
Not
which means
yet.
we should maybe evaluate an old year. This tired old year that is 2021.
'Tis the season to think about the whole year and how wonderful it was.
Yes, let's put it in that light, in the wonderful light.
Well, I always worry about, do you look backwards to the year behind you, or do you just focus on forwards and think about next year?
You do both.
It's hard to do both.
No, it's not.
I don't think you have to go cross-eyed and do it at the same time. I think
They go in order to look at the future, you got to look at where you've been, right? And in order to understand
I don't think you
how
got
to grow.
I think it's wise to.
Got to.
You gots to?
Yeah,
You gots to.
Okay. I think it's very wise to. So let's put in got to. Sure. Why not?
Well, let's start within the good and the bad of last year. What are some of the great things that
Well, today, as we record this, is the
happened last
29th
year?
of December. So until this point, we have made it.
Yeah, okay. That's a plus.
We're still
We're
here.
here. We are here. Yes.
Well,
What
the dealership
else?
has looked kind of crazy with all the supply and demand issues,
We spent a lot of 2021 with almost no inventory units on our lot.
Oh yeah, I remember celebrating that we had over 20.
but a record number of pre-solds,
Yes.
Yeah.
which is a whole other ball game of things to manage and a different way of operating a dealership when everything you sell is somewhere else.
And
So-
yeah, when we're talking about a lot of pre-solds, we're talking about a file cabinet full. Okay.
We had to get a second file cabinet.
Yeah, we are not talking about, a handful. This is a file cabinet full of pre-solds. Again, because it happened the year before as well. But how crazy.
2021, we started to see a shift of, we're getting more units and things are kind of going back to quote unquote normal.
In what ways? What are we seeing that makes it look like we're going to shift back to something that we
have more
used to?
inventory.
Okay.
We have more inventory. People are buying things on the lot instead of just pre-solds. We still have a ton of pre-solds though. But yeah, that, and I feel like service has leveled out from also going crazy. I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel like, or maybe this is what everybody's talking about, the new normal. Maybe I just feel like it's normal.
I feel like
I think
there's a
it's
new
just been
normal
so
every
long,
day.
it starts to feel normal. I think about what we've looked like at the showroom side, and we normally had, and normally I meant 2 years ago, we had anywhere from 5 to 7 units inside the showroom.
Yeah, I kind of miss that.
Yeah. So you could come inside and there was little vignettes and you could crawl in campers and,
Right.
pretend you're camping in all these little
In
corners.
the middle of summer, you could look at a camper in the air conditioning.
And that was awesome. That's right. And so by April, almost 2 years ago, we had to take them all out because everything was sold.
You can take them out.
Well, we couldn't keep them
And
in here.
then we
People
had to
kept
figure
buying
out
them.
what to do with the showroom space.
Yeah,
so
then
we pushed our parts department all around.
And so we kind of spread out.
Everybody
and then all
moved
this-
desks, moved around.
And then this year, we couldn't get enough parts to even fill up all the spaces. And you know what? I've noticed that not only have we had a little bit of construction in moving offices, but we've kind of given up. I mean, we've got displays. We still have all the boxes from our Christmas decorations just sitting out, stacked up on the
I
showroom.
saw that the other day and I was like, I
Because-
cannot believe PJ allowed this.
We have our storage space is all
yeah.
full and our showroom space is kind of empty. I think, the last 6 months we've kind of given up.
I don't know.
On cleaning
if
up
you're
and
just basing
showing
this off of Christmas decoration boxes, let's be fair. There's a high percentage of U.S. households with their Christmas storage boxes still out in the open.
Well, maybe so.
I'm about to put them away. So
Yeah,
I know. So why put the boxes away,
Yeah.
right? But I mean, that's not our norm. We have kind
Not
of
our norm
taken
here.
the new normal of, we have a big old empty display I can see from here that's just been kind of hanging out on the
You
edge.
see nothing.
Yeah, I know.
Just
Put my
happened.
hand above my eyes. But because it was just been too hard to keep everything spread out because we don't have enough.
But at the end of the day, I think those things, as annoying as they are, aren't the important things. And it's not like we're sitting around doing nothing and these things aren't getting done. It's that we are prioritizing other things that need to get done. So those things kind of fall off and we kind of give up in those respects. But
Well,
that's
what other
because we're
things-
doing
Yeah.
really important stuff.
What are those other things that have been happening in 2021 here? Okay, so obviously we're recording this in a different room because there's
We
other changes in
are.
here. What's in changes inside the building?
Well, the last 3 months, yes, we took some storage areas and built 2 new offices because we only had 2 offices and we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people,
Sometimes 7.
sometimes 7. So squished into those 2 offices. So we've been putting some people on the showroom and that wasn't working, trying to figure it out. So we built 2 new offices and now the 3 of us are going to tear down a wall.
This one actually.
Yeah, the one right behind us. And we're going to take up both spaces and we'll have a recording space in the
Just
middle.
3 of us
Just 3 of us.
in a spot that is twice as big.
Maybe more.
More than twice as
Yeah.
big as the office.
It's
that
hard to
4
imagine.
people used to share.
Yeah.
Hard to imagine.
is crazy.
I cannot wait.
Oh,
I cannot wait.
We're gonna have room for cartwheels
Well, we're going to have room for a training room
and cartwheels.
and cartwheels, and we're going to have room for
I hear a
meetings
resolution coming.
And
and
cartwheels.
cartwheels. Okay. All right. Stay tuned. We're going to make Lindsay do a cartwheel.
Well,
You're not gonna
on
make
video.
me.
we
I'm
kind
gonna
of
do it.
alluded at this. What kind of year did we have in 2021 sales, service, and all that relative to, I don't know, the year before or what we would quote unquote say?
Are you looking for numbers?
Estimate is fine with me. I don't see these numbers very often. I feel the numbers, if you will, in the building with the staff, how exhausted or how excited or whatever the buzz is. You feel it, but I don't know it.
Well, our service was up about 25% because I could give you numbers, but that won't mean anything.
Yeah.
But from the year before, which was quite crazy, our service was up a little over 25%. Sales ran about the same, but last year we were up, I don't know, 35% in sales.
So
Okay.
And we maintained
just
that
stayed
this
high
year. Everything
there.
just kept running. Service bumped up. We went up to almost 30 people.
Right.
We were 20, 21, maybe 22 for the longest time. And we added 6 or 7 positions. So there's a lot more of us here. And we probably this coming year, will bump up a little bit more. So
Can I ask how hard it is to find people to work RV industry
Oh, come
sector
on,
jobs?
Clint.
I don't know.
You have been sitting, I don't know, 10 feet away from me all year as I struggle. Can you think of one time that I wasn't trying to hire somebody?
No, 2021 has been your year
The
for
year of
trying
hiring.
and it's not that there aren't
Yes.
people to interview, right?
But there aren't people to hire.
Yeah.
But sometimes there aren't very many people to interview too.
Okay.
So what happened? I don't understand where all these people went. I don't understand why you can't find people, but even the manufacturers are saying that too. That's part of their issue. They can't get enough people. So
Okay.
I don't know. I am pretty excited because I think we're going to really go in some other directions, do some operational changes that are not only going to make our jobs easier, but I guarantee you, and this will be part of my resolution, that customers...
Wait, don't tell us yet.
Customers coming into Princess Craft, I'm going to tell you,
Okay.
they will notice a difference in here. They will
What
notice
if they've
a
never
difference.
been here before?
Then
Can they notice
They'll
the difference?
be in awe.
well, let's hope so.
Shock and awe.
Yeah, we are going to swing for the fences here. A lot of changes there because we expect a huge amount of service. Service is just going to keep compounding.
That's the area I think that I hear the most that
Yeah.
you're looking to grow our expertise and even our personnel in is our service side of things.
Yeah, we've hired a lot of trainers. We have changed procedures. We have added some, what do you call them? Operational apps to help us. So we've got a lot that we're adding in this year to be sure customers get really just well taken care of. It's a challenge. It's a challenge in this business. So lots of great things. And last year feels like a blur because I think we let a lot of standard things slide. I am looking for next year where we get to reset the bar.
Okay.
Can we, never mind.
Maybe. But let me ask you a question.
Yeah, I was going to bring up something that you were going to have on a later date, I bet.
Okay. Hit me up on that one later.
Yeah.
Naturally, we are actually, the three of us are pretty darn hopeful. We talk this stuff up. We get jazzed about it, energized and all that. But there have been some things that we've gone through this year. How have we coped? You know, because this
What
year,
things are you thinking of?
Well, I mean, with the difficulties of waiting on inventory or trailers or builds and changes in trailers and surprises to us that turn into surprises for customers. And sometimes the customers are surprised before us. And then we're notified through the customer that a manufacturer may be behaving badly. And, you know, there's just been a lot of things that maybe sometimes in a normal year, you handle 2 or 3 things a month, but it feels like we're up to 15% of our time is dealing with so many surprises. There's some exhaustion involved.
Yes.
So how have we coped as a business and maybe individually with navigating this still record-breaking year?
You know, as a business, I think we just, when the bottom falls out of a situation, we try to learn from it and not let it happen again. But the whole year has been just filled with manufacturers struggling, part struggles. They say, oh yeah, this is going to happen. And then it can't happen.
Yeah.
The carton overseas didn't arrive. You know, how many times do we get to sit and talk about a freighter full of RV toilets lost at sea? And no
5.
one knows where it is. How many times has that actually been a thing? And you just look back and think, this is so wild.
Or
and
even,
it's still going on. So I don't know. How have we coped? I think we have learned to be more flexible. But man, the things are just coming in. They are still coming in so crazy. Every day there's something different that happens. So I think we've tried to just be flexible and take one thing at a time because we haven't been able to get a specific pattern going.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's helpful or not, but that's how it feels to me. Okay. It feels like every day you just hit the ground running and take care of whatever you can because there's no easy solution.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, how about resolutions?
What?
The resolutions we made last year. You want to revisit those? We tried to find the episode that we talked about our resolutions.
Did you?
It wasn't an episode. It was a live. It was one of our Facebook lives or YouTube lives that we did. So everybody, sometimes we get mixed up if we did a podcast episode.
We just talk so much. We get confused.
We do. Is the camera on? Is the camera not on? We don't know. So we actually did a Friday live about this time last year with resolutions. You want to revisit those, Lindsay?
Yeah, watching that video was pretty funny. I actually went down a wormhole and started watching a bunch of our Facebook lives from a year or more ago, and it's...
Have they changed?
Not that much. We were more looking at like how our camera looked different, and my hair color changed a lot.
Yep.
But as far as the way that they sound and the way that we're talking, it's pretty much the same. I think we used to maybe be a little bit sillier before we had more things to think about. But
before the weight
let's
of the
get back
world.
to being sillier. That's more fun.
Okay.
But the beginning of last year, we bought a whole bunch of gear, didn't we?
Yeah, we're using some of it right now.
So how did that change for you? Did that make a difference? Did it make us funnier or chattier or more interesting or prettier? I mean,
I have my wins and losses. I'm still learning some of the, especially when we change spaces. Like on this one, I'm over here changing our distance to even the walls behind us. I want to see how it affects the way the lens picks up the light in the room.
But the goal with this much space that we're not used to is to make this easier for you as far as recording and lives and the organization of all the cords.
Yeah.
You have so many cords.
They connect my life.
Oh, so much stuff.
So anyway, I think that's good. But I thought it was funny because when we watched the Facebook Live from last year, when we talk about our New Year's resolutions, we're literally sitting in front of the gray wall, the blank gray wall.
Painted.
And we literally just finished painting it. Like it smelled like paint in there.
There's nothing in the room.
And we're talking about, oh, look, we just painted this wall gray and we're rearranging and it's not going to stay gray. We're going to do really great things with it. And we're going to decorate all this. And like, I just look over and the gray wall is still there with nothing on it. I think the gray wall has served us well. I like it, but it's just funny. Like, it shows like the hopes and dreams that come with New Year's and change. And then like life happens and like your momentum can kind of shift towards other things that were obviously necessary at the time. And just looking over a year later and being like,
still there.
Well, we did nothing.
I remember 2 months after it had been there, we had all these hopes. And then I think Clint and I looked at each other and said, I hate that gray wall.
Lindsay loves it. We hate it.
I don't love it, but
I hate that gray wall.
You know, it's a good gray.
It.
It's a good gray, but it took some liveliness right out of us.
If you look at the old ones with the turquoise wall, there's absolutely a difference.
Yeah, there's a liveliness, some peppy, joyful thing going on there.
So, I mean, we'll have to think about what color.
Yep.
All right. I want feedback. So I hope somebody will tell us what they think. You know,
well, if they're a podcast listener, they may need to go over to some of our videos to see what we're talking about. So that's on our YouTube channel, RV Small Talk YouTube channel, or on our videos on our RV Small Talk page on Facebook.
Yeah.
And you can click on the videos and scroll through like every week.
Yeah.
So New Year's resolutions that we made last year.
Okay. What were yours, Lindsay?
Oh boy.
Mine were go camping once a month.
And did you do that?
Just
okay, what's the
calm
report?
down.
I want to know.
I know, but
I
like,
want to know.
Okay, we'll go one by one. I mean, I obviously didn't go camping once a month, but I went camping a hell of a lot more than I've ever been. Mm-hmm. So I think I'm going to go ahead and like put,
what?
Like
a star, a check,
a star.
You want a gold star?
No, because I want that to be a resolution for 2022 as well.
Oh, you want to move it forward?
I want to move it forward because I didn't go camping once a month. However, I think I did really well with how busy I was.
Right.
And I'm going to try to hit camping once a month again. And just like last year, I said like, I don't have to go anywhere, even if it's literally just down the street or camping in my driveway, just having that experience. I have a camper. I want to use it. I want to be good at it.
Yeah.
And you went camping, 7 or 8 times?
Yeah. I mean, I went camping.
So you were out there. You were out there. That's right.
Be more confident. And I know I was speaking to the camping aspect of it, but also just like personally, because I'm always like scared of everything. Stop being a scaredy cat. And I totally think I did that.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
I feel way less scared to do a lot of things, including camping, backing in my trailer, setting up by myself, camping with the kids by myself. Need to work on off-grid camping and winter camping.
We got to schedule that. Yeah.
And I talked a lot about becoming a superhero, which I think is funny. And I think being more confident, stop being a scaredy cat, and be a superhero, we're all kind of in one resolution. And I was just talking about like, basically, I'm going to be
What about
better,
the last one, Lindsay?
be better at planning.
Oh, I skipped one.
Which I actually,
I don't know.
I do feel like at the beginning of 2021, I did really, really well. And then the end of 2021, it kind of just fell off. And I was just talking about this the other day about how, man, I used to use my planner and be really organized with everything in my life. And it made every day seem so much easier. And then I just stopped doing it. And now I just feel like every day you wake up and you're like, wait, does my dog have an appointment today? Oh, what are the kids going to eat for lunch? You know, like that just daily.
And then you start mixing them. Do my kids have an appointment today? What is my dog going to eat for lunch?
What is my dog going to eat for lunch?
Right.
I get so confused.
So, I don't know. We went up and down with that one.
Yeah,
Always
moments.
something I'm working on.
Yeah, but
Well,
the
I saw
last
these
one-
cool planner books on my desk, and I looked at them and I was like, Lindsay, you got a nice, cool planner for 2022.
It's real cute.
But then I mistakenly opened the old one, and it was there until about July, and then there's a whole lot of blank pages.
Yep, it went pew.
It just
Well, the kids got
was
out of
there the
school.
first half.
Who knows? Planner out the window.
Who knows?
My last New Year's resolution was to dance more.
All right.
All right.
And I don't know about you guys,
Report in.
but I'm pretty sure I danced more.
Okay.
Very good.
I actually have no metrics. No, I don't know.
I dance a lot.
Okay. I don't know. See, I have to.
What do you mean you don't know? You share an office with me.
Yeah, but you're mostly laughing at me and throwing stuff at my head.
You don't see me doing my sweet dance moves all the time.
Is that what's going on? I wear glasses
I'm
most
not
of the time.
having
You're
a
my
seizure,
periphery.
Clint. I'm dancing.
I was worried.
I'm dancing.
I was worried. Okay.
Yep, I think I did pretty good. Clint?
All right. Here's my list, and I gotta admit, it was a fantastic list.
It was a fantastic
It
list,
is
but we
very-
had to pull it out of you because you were like, no, I don't want to do New Year's resolutions. I don't want to
I
do
was
New Year's
pretty
resolutions.
jaded in that.
Even though
one.
you
it
were
was
just flat out mad.
your idea to do it.
Yeah, it was
And
my
I
idea.
said,
and
I
hate
didn't
my
want to
idea.
do New Year's resolutions. And you guys were like, no, you have to. And then we get to the recording and you're like, yeah, I don't care. So,
all my energy got you to the recording. And then I had
so it's
none
my
left.
fault.
Let's go ahead and flip the script.
yeah. Go ahead with your
Well,
resolution.
I would like
Sure.
to say I appreciate that you are not so jaded this year because that was a very tough recording.
Man, yeah.
It
no
was
problem.
tough.
No problem.
Thank you.
All right, I'm about to get jaded again. Flip
No,
this-
you're not. No, you're not.
Turn it off. All right, my list last year: trim my nails more often.
Let me
Oh,
see
geez.
him. Let me see him.
They're okay, you know. Yeah, I probably should trim them again.
Yeah.
I'm not a nail biter though, so
Okay.
so
Well,
I
maybe
have
you
to
should
remember
be.
to trim them.
Then you wouldn't have to
'cause
trim
that's
them.
how you end up with pinworms.
Why don't you just trim them every time
Hey,
you cut
too
your
much information
kids'
there.
fingernails?
Hey, you know what? People have childhoods, and some people
That's
have
right.
childrens.
That's what I tell my kids because they hate getting their nails clipped, and I'm
Yeah.
like, you have to, or you're going to get
have
worms
to.
in your tummy.
You have to.
Whoa.
That's what I tell them.
Well, that'll scare them into getting their nails trimmed.
One of them, yeah. The other one can care.
The other
One out of two.
Yeah, the other one figured out that it's pretty easy to buy the over-the-counter medicine from CVS.
The other one just doesn't believe you.
So, I don't know. I think I was pretty on bullet point number 1. How about number 2? Tell more dad jokes.
I feel like every year it increases. I think
Yeah.
you're doing really good with that one.
Yeah, and here's the deal. I wasn't sure I was going to make it, and then we did a Friday live episode with Brent from the sales office where it was nothing but dad jokes, and that put me over the top, y'all.
Yep.
think
It
it
made the
did.
average go up for sure.
Do you know, I thought that was such a great idea, and I have never watched that Friday Live because y'all did it when we were both gone.
Yeah.
And so I have never
So I've
never seen it.
Here's my take on that one. I still think is a great idea. I still would like to attempt it again. That was a poor execution of that idea.
It was a weird execution. I thought it was funny, but also don't watch it because you're just going to be really mad about how dirty Brent's hat looks with all the lights shining on it.
Yeah, it has a sweat band.
It has multiple sweatbands.
And I don't know if anyone's ever seen these dad joke videos.
Dad joke offs.
Dad joke offs, yes. And so you get across from each other, you tell a joke, and you stare the other person down, and you're really aiming for bad jokes, just bad dad jokes. And you stare them down, and you're make eye contact. And Brent had a ball cap on, way down over his eyes, and I couldn't make eye contact with him.
So it was just kind of people reading from a paper.
And I kept trying.
But it's all good. I thought it was a great idea. We should definitely retool it. And,
the awkward moments is what makes the video funny.
Yeah.
It's funny because it's awkward.
Yeah.
I remember Steve and I watching it in the airport on the way back from Vegas, and we were laughing our butts off.
Good. I got two.
What's your next one?
Throw out my back less, because I was having an issue in 2020.
I remember.
I kept on like hobbling around, and I got to say, I had a better year with my back. Now my knee is messed up, but my back is better.
Welcome to getting older.
Yeah, I don't like it. I wonder if my knee is arthritis. I don't know, but it's bad.
So are you going to switch it from back to knee this year?
I'm going to keep the back in play because I still want it to be good.
Okay.
I'm going to add to it that my knee stays in better shape. I'm going to have to start doing some sort of routine, I think, just to strengthen up the soft tissue in there. Okay.
Back lunges, backwards lunges.
Backwards
are good
lunges
for your knee. Just don't do front lunges.
Okay.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'll show you.
Okay.
Who knew? All right.
Okay.
Exercise tip of the day.
Then my next bullet point, I totally knocked this one out of the park.
Okay.
My next bullet point was eat all the things. And
because you couldn't
folks,
eat any of the
if you're
things.
watching on the video, you can tell I accomplished. It is not just because I'm using a wide angle lens and sitting on the periphery of the lens. No, that is at least 25 pounds of success.
Eating the things. Well, when you can't eat anything for like a very long time, I think that's a really good resolution.
Yeah. So I guess the podcast doesn't know I had some eating issues for a while, medically speaking. And in 2021, I was able to indulge.
and so you did.
You weren't eating your can of soup every single day for lunch for a year.
Man,
poor Clint.
Yeah, that was pretty sad. All right, the one that PJ assigned to me, and I remember getting a little.
That makes me sound terrible.
It sounded terrible when you did it.
Yeah.
Like you did it.
Y'all got heated on this Facebook
I
Live.
remember it being uncomfortable for sure.
Yeah, you were actually assigning resolutions.
Oh, that sounds like me.
Yeah,
It's true.
learn how to get all the gear up and running to the best of my ability. Well, sure. It's running right now, I think. I don't know.
I think they're running.
Hello.
Is anybody out there?
You decorated this room so well, Clint.
Thanks.
You see Squishy back there?
Good old Squishy. Plugged in the lights and stuff. All right. That was my list for 2021. PJ, do you remember your list?
I do not. Do you have my list?
Well, I can even print it out your list for you. Where do you go?
Oh, looky there. Mine's pretty short. Only 3 things.
Clint
You were
ate all
so-
the
I was
things,
so busy
including
giving-
PJ's
Yeah,
paper.
I think you were so tired of that live. You're like, I got to get out of this.
Yeah, and your first resolution was
About you.
yeah, which Clint immediately was like, "No,
You can't do
you don't
that.
get to make a resolution for us."
Apparently I do.
So, how do you think you did on that one?
So the first thing that they wrote down that apparently we talked about, because I haven't gone back to last year, is talk us into being more accountable. So maybe I meant us as all 3 of us.
No, you didn't. You said
No.
you two.
Yeah.
You definitely didn't. So how did you do?
I had her so mad.
Yeah, I was like, get me off of this. Really? Which makes sense because if it was live, then what do?
You try to find an escape.
What do you do when you get sideways in your life? You just squirm. So, well, I tell you what, it was a few weeks ago that I said, I'm going to be out. And you said, what do we need to do while we're gone? Anything you want us to do? And I said, yeah, figure out the landscape of all the things we have to do.
Yeah.
And you guys came back. And one of the things you said was, let us be 100% accountable for the podcast.
Yeah.
And I said, deal.
Oh, man. All in the last couple of weeks of the year, we found something.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Deal.
Now we have to come through on that.
So now all I have to do is just show up.
What have we done? We also made Clintatron 3000.
That's true.
That's a
You
good
did
drawing.
that as well.
That's a good drawing.
So yeah, we should include a picture in the show notes
Yeah.
of their scheme of things.
Yeah.
And so they had little pictures and funny stories on there. But you did take a lot of that assignment. Lindsay, you're taking on the Tech Tour channel, and that's awesome. You're going to be doing some different editing, maybe some podcast editing.
And our events for 2022 are...
And we have a huge list of events to handle.
Right.
And how many people are signed up for that tiny trailer rally already?
almost 150
150
trailers.
trailers?
Not
Yes.
150 trailers?
Yeah.
Where are we going to park
I don't
them?
want to talk about it right now, please.
I'm so positive.
I don't know.
Where
But,
do you
we're-
park 150 trailers?
I don't know, but I would like to announce on the podcast to everybody and to you, because I'm not sure if you know yet, we have Bob Apple for both rallies in 2022.
Yes!
More dancing. So
Oh,
anyway,
man.
very excited about that.
Bob Apple is just, I don't know.
He makes the rally. He takes it to 11.
does.
Takes it to
Dadgum
11.
Professional. He's so smooth.
Enhanced what?
He brings his trio and he plays mostly classic country and we dance all night long. And I look forward to it all year.
If you aren't a classic country person, but you're in
It
a
doesn't
live
matter.
environment
You
with
will love
someone
it.
as
Yeah.
good as Bob Apple,
It doesn't matter. You're going to
just
love it.
doesn't- it
will
makes you happy.
Love it. It does.
All right, we're getting sidetracked here. What was your
you
number?
guys have taken all of that and I'm doing none of it. So yes, I would say saying that I talked you into being more accountable is probably inaccurate. but
forced us
yeah,
into a corner.
Shame.
I did. I shamed you into accountability.
Flogged.
But no, you guys have stepped up
I was keel
because
hauled once, but I got better.
we've just got so much going on that I don't. You guys are more creative than me. You are more funny than I am. You are much better at this stuff, and thank you very much.
I like
for
this
taking all of
podcast.
We're just feeling really.
I know.
Yeah. Well, you are. I mean, it's
I'd
pretty
pat
easy.
myself on the back, but I'd risk throwing out my back right at the end of the year.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
And that would mess up
Don't
your
do that.
resolutions.
You're doing so good. You could scratch your own back. You got the nails.
I'm just going to go to a doorpost.
I could pat your back.
Oh, okay.
Pat you
Yeah.
on the back. That's what I meant to say. Okay. So number 2 on my list is step up the game with talking and hanging out with friends and family. I tried.
Let me put some music in the background here.
I think trying,
I tried.
yeah, like the sad music.
The really like
some
wah,
introspective.
wah.
No, some introspective music.
No, like the Dear Diary music.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah.
The soft
Jimmy
piano.
Fallon. Thank
Dear
you music.
Diary. Yes.
I don't know. I tried, but we kept thinking that COVID would get better. We were on the downswing and
But that was
everything was moving on and we just needed to get back to normal. But I couldn't do that.
That was part of your resolution was I don't know when COVID is going to end, so I need to step up my game with reaching out to friends and family because
Can I throw in there the fact that you did more with traveling in your trailer with your family? You did a fantastic trip to Florida. There were some big things that you did that weren't on your weren't common on your previous calendar.
Aw, thank you, Clint.
So if you look at the scope of things, you had some, maybe it wasn't where you felt like, where it's more on the daily or the weekly sort of thing, but you had a few things that are very easy to point to that were like, whoa, those are like big, that you had the time, took advantage of the opportunity. I think you got a check mark there.
Okay.
Check.
I will take it because, I think that's really important. And I think that's really something that camping does for all of us, is gets us out there away from everything so we can talk to whoever we're with.
Yeah.
It's important. Yeah. Okay. The last thing is every department can run on its own without me and have a backup for every position.
I need to start another type of music.
Yeah.
I'll be right back.
The dirge. We are very short on employees right now, and that's why they're crawling under the table. But the reality is, I think we have maybe not totally accomplished it, but definitely moved forward.
The people we have, I would say, are more accountable for their own departments.
Right. So, I wouldn't say I get a check mark, but I get a honorable mention.
You
How's
get
that?
I did better in 2021, and I'm going to do even better in 2022.
I think that's fair because I think I could.
I look at the team around us and I feel good about the potential there. Like, I feel like we have some team players, a higher mix of or concentration of team players who are teachable, trainable, and invested.
There is a group of people who want to be leaders and accountable for their department here. And you know what? In my position, from my point of view, it doesn't get any better than that. And did we accomplish everything in that, getting everybody up to speed and running smoothly? No, but oh my gosh, everything kept turning.
Yeah.
Everything kept changing. So I think, not there, but honorable mention.
Okay, cool.
So,
can we move to resolutions for 2022? And you know, I hate saying this with even a positive tone, but I'm going to try. Okay?
I appreciate
because
that.
I do hate making resolutions. It's a personal thing that goes way back to childhood. I need to talk to a counselor, but
and I'm not it.
Let's do this. Okay. And I'm going to put a good effort into this, but I'm not going to start.
Okay. Whoa.
You don't have to call them resolutions. You can just be like,
Goals.
These are my plans for making things better in my life.
Sure.
Can I make them like a dream possibility? Like I wish?
In an alternate universe.
I wish upon a star kind of thing?
A vision board?
Yeah. Okay.
No, vision board is actually something you're supposed to do, I think. I don't know.
So is a dream circle.
I like dreamsicle.
Is that kind of like a...
That can be a resolution.
Eat more dreamsicle.
Eat more dreamsicles. I think mine are relatively the same as last year, as lame as that is. I'm going to go camping once a month. Mm-hmm. And, just being back to being organized. And I think more organization and better planning leads to things like more camping trips or more time to yourself or more time to enjoy friends and family, things like that, because everything else is scheduled. That's what I learned this year. So I'm going to do that. I feel like my dancing is on point. So maybe.
Really? Do you need new shoes?
No, I have plenty.
Even for on point?
I got my new shoes on. Suddenly everything's right.
That's such a good song.
It is such a great song.
So happy.
Why am I starting? And I'm going to learn more about video and audio recording and editing.
Okay. All right.
Because those are two big things that I'm going to have to do this year.
Yeah.
And I know the basics, but it's like the basics.
It's such a rabbit hole.
I'd like to at least have a few tricks up my sleeve so I can help Clint or help myself, really.
Yeah.
I don't want to help you. I want to make myself better.
That's fine. Help yourself. It helps me.
It is not about you, Clint.
Just wanted to make that clear. It's my resolution.
I've been put into my place.
Well, isn't that what a resolution? All resolutions. Doesn't everybody want to I want to make my life better?
Yeah.
Isn't that what a resolution's supposed to do?
Yeah. Hopefully, or else you're.
Yeah, I was like, what else? I think I'll be
Might be a
really
little messed up
tired
in the
this
head,
year.
but-
I resolute to try me some new. No.
No. Stop.
All right, Clint, go second.
Okay, go second. What should I resolute? I'm going to resolute to uneat some of all the things that I ate last year.
Oh, flipping the script, I see.
So maybe I can reverse some of the effects of the joy I had. Oh, that sounds horrible too. But I'm
Wait.
gonna do
That
it.
does.
Yeah.
Uneat sounds pretty awful.
it doesn't have to be like one extreme or the other.
But
though.
maybe I can find joy in the process of undoing some of the side effects I have incurred.
What- English.
He's farting too much.
I'm going to try to lose some weight and get in better shape this year. So that's a personal one.
Okay.
Yep. And as far as camping, more or less, I also camped a bit,
You camped more than
Yeah.
both of us, I feel like.
but a lot of my camping is still going to like family ranch locations
Or work
and-
events.
and taking because usually there's always a place to stay, whether I have a trailer or not on those places. But since I'm going and having to go anyways, I try to turn those into camping events for my kids as well. You know, if I go out to the ranch on the other side of Austin, I have a house out there I can stay at. It's been there since my great grandfather built it.
Very cool.
But I can take advantage of the opportunity to camp with my kids. They love a trailer. So anyways, I do want to still camp, maybe even more, but I do want to try camping in a state I haven't camped in. And right now we've talked about it a few times. I'm aiming for Arkansas, I think. But I want to camp somewhere other state because I keep on going to Colorado. I love it there, but it's time to try something else.
Well, you can go to Colorado and somewhere else.
Okay.
I think
challenge
that is
accepted.
feasible. Yes. Just
Or-
add to your list. You don't have to take away.
Or if it's not Colorado and somewhere else, it is time for me. I have not done Big Bend. It's been
Really?
on my list for surprising,
Oh,
right?
wow.
How have I not done Big Bend?
I don't
Exactly.
know.
Really?
Been in Texas like your whole life?
And I've done trips like this.
Yes.
And that hasn't been one of them. That it almost hurts to say out loud, you know? So let's fix it. And as far as here, I want to, from an accountability standpoint,
Oh, I love that word accountability.
I love that you love that word.
Well, because
Making my head hurt.
I love that word because it feels like somebody else is responsible for something, which means I'm not.
I'm going to try to wrap my hands, nay, my arms even,
Whoa.
more around the scope of all the projects that we always have in front of us. We have our podcast projects. We have our media projects, our main YouTube channel, our Tech Tour channel, and all that. Our social media, our messaging. I want to have my arms around the scope of how we connect with our community. And so I'm going to have to learn some stuff. And then I'm going to have to stay on top of some stuff. And that's not always my game, staying on top of stuff. Mm-hmm. So maybe I have to learn a new game.
Well, I think that's not.
Have you
not
tried
normally
Mancala?
anybody's game?
What?
Have you tried Mancala?
No, it sounds like
It's a cool game.
Okay.
It's a new game.
It's a
You
game?
said you needed a new game.
Oh, okay. Wow, I miss it. I should look
Hey,
this
Lindsay.
up.
My New Year's resolution is to not make dad jokes like Clint because apparently they're not working.
No, I'm actually I'm not bad at coming up with some stupid thing to say on the fly, but I am like a brick wall if someone throws something at me. I am never ready for it.
No.
That's
I usually don't get it, so at least you don't look as dumb as I do.
well.
And here I am.
Well, keep throwing those jokes my way. Eventually, one's
Will
going
do.
to make it over my wall or
Stick.
whatever.
But I do think that's a good idea. You know, you've been playing Mancala over the holiday, and we should have a Mancala game so that when we get totally overwhelmed and stressed, we can stop and slow it down, play a game of Mancala.
It's so quick.
Can we
too.
can we
It's quick.
spell it out so the listeners can go research it?
Manacala.
Manacala?
That's
Manacala.
thank you.
guys. Good luck.
M-A-N.
Give me an M.
A. I'm lost. Q.
A-L-A. Go Mancala.
And they're small, so it's easy. You can get a little fold-up one that folds in half, and it has little marbles in it. And
Or
it's
you
just,
can play like we used to play when we were kids with an egg carton and dried beans.
So it's not a new game. It's just a game that
no.
you've reconnected
It's the
with.
first game ever invented.
Oh, it's that fun.
They used to dig holes in the ground and play with little rocks.
who's they?
the Arkansas
Egypt?
people, obviously.
I don't know, somewhere.
I think it was Egypt.
I think it's an African origin.
Oh, maybe.
But
Somewhere in Mesopotamia.
Anyway, I don't
easy
know how
to
we got on this.
transport.
Oh, yeah, you need a new
we'll
game.
teach them how to play Mancala.
Sumatra. Now, this is a conversation we had before that I actually am,
You don't play games.
I'm game adverse.
Okay, why can't that
This is a whole
so
other
weird.
issue, right?
Yeah.
I smell a New Year's resolution.
Well, my kids have been dragging me into playing games, and I'm trying to learn to enjoy them. I had bad gaming experiences growing up, and I have tried very hard to avoid getting in those situations for so long that it is really ingrained in me.
Well, I have one really good suggestion.
Oh, here it comes.
Yeah.
Accountable.
Do not play Monopoly with me.
No, see, and that was one of my bad experiences growing up. I have a vivid memory of Monopoly, and it was not fun. And I guess I grew up very competitive, but not fun, and people didn't like playing with me, and I realized I didn't like playing either.
So then you just stopped?
Yeah,
Because it was
I avoided games.
You were too anxious when you played
I
because
get
you had to
wound
win.
up. I get wound up, and I want people to play kindly, and people don't play games kindly.
Well, Mancala is simple. It only takes like 10 minutes or less.
Yeah.
And it's
And it's kind of a nerdy game, so you might like
it's
it.
a
I
mind
might, yeah.
thing. It has
Okay.
nothing to do with dice
Yeah.
or
So,
chance or anything.
A lot of gaming families don't realize this, but a part of the way that they relate to each other is that kind of friendly, kind of trash talk stuff. And I have never internally been really okay with trash talk.
Yeah.
It's hard. It is hard,
Yeah,
and
I
even in
can
the
see
best
that,
of families. So if we bring it in, will you play?
I will try it.
Okay, he'll try it,
I
Lindsay.
will.
I'll
I will
take it.
try to overcome myself because it's really a knee jerk reaction at this point. Of
Okay.
"Oh, I don't
Friday
want-"
noon
Yeah.
live, we'll show.
Is that fast?
Why don't we do a Friday noon live and we'll show our favorite little travel games that we have?
I don't have one.
Well, we'll bring some for you.
You better find one.
But we'll bring Mancala and we'll
My
teach you
favorite
how to
travel
play.
game is
It will be fun.
snacking.
It will be fun. Yeah, it's everybody needs to be able to play games and have some fun with it. So we'll be your therapist there.
Okay. All right. PJ, can we move on to your list? I'm feeling
Yeah,
really
we're-
exposed here.
Well, we just went like on a dirt road in the middle of nowhere.
I was so
over-
glad I got to put it off forever, so I can go through really quickly like I did last time.
Yeah.
Yes,
but
ready,
not
set.
but not in anger this time.
Not out of frustration. Get me out of here. We all have our moments.
Not me. I never have a moment.
What are you
Never.
playing with over
My
there?
earring just came like undone on air, and this one's about to come undone too, and I can't not pull
Yeah,
at
you
it.
found a fiddly thing.
I found a fiddly thing.
Okay.
Oh, dear.
Oh, the camera's on.
Yep.
See, this is what I.
PJ, go for it.
Okay. All right. Well, my first one, a work-related one is I am going to try to figure out how to be more, communicate more with everybody at Princess Craft so that they know what's happening in my world and we can set goals kind of for each area, solve problems together, and celebrate the victories
This is
together.
very business related.
It is business related.
You're not going to be putting little notes in everyone's lunchboxes?
No, I am not. No,
Oh, okay.
I'm not. I was
I
never.
want my PB&J in a star.
I was never that kind of mom.
I can vouch for that.
I want mine cut in a
Never.
spiral.
I was never. Here's your food.
I want it to be a
Shut
snack.
up and eat it. Now, your dad, on the other hand, would make choo-choo trains out of
I
peanut
remember
butter
the choo-choo
sandwiches.
trains.
Yeah, he was that dad. So, but
Was he
not me.
supposed to be like? Was he really supposed to be Mr. Mom?
Yes, he is much better at it than I am.
He did paint his fingernails for my daughter.
Yeah,
Yes,
but
last week. Yeah,
I think most grandpas are down for that.
No. Was
I
your
don't think so.
grandpa?
Every grandpa I've
hell
ever
no.
known in my family.
Your grandpa
they're-
didn't even want you on his lap.
Well, okay. I'm sorry.
Well, you were heavy.
I'm.
The mom.
That's what he would say. No, they're too heavy. And I'm like, she's 4 years old. She weighs nothing. Skinny as a rail. So it wasn't that you were fat. It was that he somehow just. Anyway.
My femur.
Yeah. I don't know.
Okay, can we talk about your resolution some more?
So, yeah. So my work resolution.
Love notes in the lunchbox. Has got it. Check.
Nope. But I am going to communicate more because I do have people, and it always surprises me who it is who says, "Oh, I heard that. Is that true?" And I'm like, "Oh my gosh, how did I not get that out to everybody?"
Okay.
When things change.
There's
or
a
we
few
come up with
universal
something.
languages, math and dance. Are you going to
Nope.
tap it out for everyone?
Nope. I'm going to tell you to come up with some high tech things on that big television you're putting in this room.
This one gets moved to my list.
And we can have
Your
meetings.
resolutions are again having to do with us.
Well, that was something he's already doing. I'm just going to take advantage of it. That's all.
Yeah, okay.
I
that's
promise.
true. We had this conversation.
That's right.
Yeah, okay.
So I promise I will just borrow the tech stuff that you put together, but I got to figure out how to do that. And so I'm going to get that figured out because that makes us a much better team.
Okay.
So that's my first resolution for work. The second one is, and you're going to laugh at me, but I am going to say it out loud. You had kind of a standard resolution of I'm going to lose a little weight and get in a little better condition.
Yeah. But I have some very real reasons. I'll talk to you about this.
And I have very real reasons too.
You do? You do?
Yes.
Okay, so you're going to use the same one?
I am
Reword
older.
it.
I am older than you,
What?
and I know it's hard to believe.
Like, how heavy are you?
It's hard to believe.
Ask her dad.
That's my grandpa. I didn't sit on my grandpa's laps either, ever.
You're not the cuddliest
weird?
family, huh?
No, we're really not.
Their grandpas aren't very cuddly. Everybody sits
Man, all
on
the
your dad's
grandpas-
lap.
Man, all the
So-
okay.
So at any rate, I am not going to say that I'm going to lose weight. I am going to get a little more muscle
You're going to tone up.
up. I just want some muscle.
Okay.
I can't open a jar. I can hardly walk up the stairs some days.
Okay.
I mean, I can't carry my own suitcase sometimes. I just don't have enough muscle anymore.
We are signing her up for CrossFit.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do yet,
PJ's gonna get pumped.
but I am going to get stronger. So
We're
that
going to
is
find our
my
Hans or a Franz.
Hans or a Franz.
Well, I'll go to the YMCA with you.
Okay, I have to figure out how to make me stronger because I love a treadmill, but
No,
No,
that
it's
is
not-
not how
it's
you
not
do
gonna
it.
make you
do
stronger.
But it's not
resi-
gonna work,
You
yeah.
have to have resistance training.
I know.
You
I know.
have to.
I know. But I've
She
never done any of
knows.
that.
Oh, she
I don't
knows.
know
She
how to do that.
knows.
You know what?
Huh.
I think if you do it right, and it's not hard to do right, resistance bands are a fantastic place to start because you're so much less likely to injure joints and all that, and yet the muscle gets it. The muscle
Well,
and the tendons and all that get it.
There's no excuse these days. A couple of resistance bands and YouTube videos,
Yeah.
and you're home free.
Yeah.
You just have to do it.
Or a Peloton with a subscription, or a Nordic Track with a subscription.
Oh no, but that would never be at
Look,
my
I got
house.
space right here in this new room.
Oh yeah, might be here.
Sit you right up there.
There you
My
go.
God, that'd be so much
Maybe
fun.
put it on a pulley
Wouldn't
system
that
so we
be
can lower
fun?
it down.
Yes.
Oh,
Okay,
man. I'm going to get
let's
a little
talk.
fog machine, some strobe lights. It's going to be a full-on aerobic studio in here.
Oh, we could get the disco lights that came from the bowling alley.
And you already
Yes.
like it to be as hot as a sauna. So, I mean, sweat it out.
There you go.
Okay.
All right.
Got it.
We could make that work.
Okay. What's your
All
next
right,
one?
but that's kind of silly. But I am going to get some more muscle. And the last one, I just don't know. I don't know. I can't think of a third one that
That's a weird one.
I really want to do because it ought to be like doing something fun. But
Yeah, don't do that.
I can't think
Sounds
of
dangerous.
anything. I pretty much do everything fun that I want to do.
Oh.
We're going to find
I think-
that sounds like a challenge.
I
We're going to find
think
something
I
else fun that
do.
she doesn't
You're gonna
even
go
know.
skydiving.
I might.
Either skydiving or ground splatting.
I don't know. I mean,
Starts the same way.
and I thought I could say that I wanted to learn something new, but I don't know that I want.
But I don't want to.
I don't know.
Sounds hard.
So I can't think of anything else. Those are the two things that
Sorry,
I
we'll
know I
circle
need
back
to do.
next week to see if
Okay.
you thought of a third one.
Yeah.
Okay, I just can't think of anything else.
Okay. Do either of you have plans yet for 2022? Things that are already just out there. Not the Princess Craft event schedule. That thing is booked.
No, but I just realized today that I've had a brand new trailer sitting out there for like a month now, and I haven't taken it out. So
Yeah.
that is priority number one. I'm going to have to make a plan for taking it out, and I want to camp in it.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. Cool. PJ? Okay. All right.
I want 2022 to be different than 2021. I feel like we are all just a little bit feeling sorry for ourselves and a little bit ingrained in
I'm
all
not
of
sorry,
the
but I'm sorry
difficulties.
you're sorry.
Well, you know what I mean. a little.
Yeah.
You
there's
know,
it's
a lot of
easy, yeah.
excuses.
There's a funk.
A lot of, just a funk. I think that's a good word. So that's the only thing I've thought about for 2022 is I'm no more. The world is going to be whatever it is, and we're
Okay.
going to be happy and be the best we can be, and quit kind of having that chip on our shoulder kind of thing.
Yeah.
That's-
I don't know that I have any plans yet already on this schedule per se, but I know that some are going to be assigned to me, and I'm going to be held accountable to them. All right.
You're welcome.
What about hopes for Princess Craft in 2022?
What do you hope for Princess Craft? That it's bigger,
Man,
better,
I hope
badder?
Bigger,
hope
better,
that
faster,
this
stronger.
team gets closer. I hope that this team feels a sense of all in one direction purpose, and we've got things, whether we see them or not, that we can attain.
So how are we going to do that?
Well, that's a whole business, vision meeting and all that. That's not a podcast.
Well, okay. Well, I hope
I
that
just
too.
I just have those
need to
big.
know.
I just feel like being here, this group of people that you have assembled, and those that we may be bringing in, and all that, we have a real opportunity, and it sure would be fun to sit here this time next year and go, "That's right, Princess Craft is even a little bit more, or a whole lot more, on the map than it was before."
That would be awesome. That would be awesome. And I would love it if we just said, look, we had a fabulous year. We had tons of fun. We did lots of cool stuff.
Yeah.
And we enjoyed our space, and we made the best of it. That would be awesome. Like you said, all in the same team, because it has felt a little scattered. I mean,
Well, everyone's had to attend to things, little fires in their domain right in front of them so fast, so
Yeah.
often, that it's been hard to regroup our team a lot of the times.
felt like a gerbil on a treadmill a
Yeah.
lot of times. On a what do they call those? A wheel? Gerbil on
They
a wheel?
call it a wheel.
Okay. Is that what it
It
is?
spins.
That's actually a very appropriate name for
I
that.
know,
A
right?
wheel. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
It's creative. So anyway, yeah, it has felt like that, and desks moving and things changing. Construction crews will be here in about a week. And
I want that
hopefully
wall down so
in
bad.
a few weeks,
Can't-
we will have a new
yeah.
space, and I'm leaving it up to you guys.
I cannot
Make
wait
it
for
something
more
cool.
dust in the air.
Yeah.
Can't wait. Fantastic.
We'll figure it out.
We will. And we'll
right.
show it to everybody.
Do either of you have hopes for this podcast for 2022?
Yes.
Yeah, that. Ooh.
Well,
Wow.
Clint, me and you have like full accountability now.
Okay.
Oh, but that's such a bad word.
It really feels it, doesn't it? Right?
That's the one that
Yeah.
you just said you love that word.
Yeah, but it doesn't.
No, not
that's
the
part of
word.
the joke. I think that it has that connotation. It's not a bad word, but I think that society, years of use and all that, have kind of put a little.
The
bit of a
only
negative
reason
bent.
I used it is because you just said
Yeah.
you love that word.
Well, I love it. I
My
love,
bad.
Maybe I love the word because I like it when other people are accountable. But I think it's
Nobody
been used.
likes accountability.
It's been used in a critical way.
Yeah.
Whether you have to be accountable for your
Yeah.
All right. Well, we
mistakes,
are
kind of thing.
setting PJ free from the big decision making
Okay.
part of the podcast.
So nobody can
So-
blame me for any of it.
That's
right?
correct.
No, you still.
I'm not even funny. You guys have to carry that too.
We need you to be you at the table, but you are responsible for the you bring to the table.
Okay.
All right.
Yikes.
Yeah. Okay. So
Okay.
watch your language.
Yes, ma'am.
I have hopes that it is a exciting and informative, weird podcast that a lot of people want to listen to.
Yeah.
Do you think they'll want to listen to this one?
I don't know. I think this one is weird.
Yeah.
We talk about a lot of personal stuff that people might not be interested in instead of trailers. But
gosh darn it, they like us.
There's going to be some episodes like this.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see. There's only one way to find out.
I'm hoping that between you and me, we can find some interesting people to talk to as well.
Oh, that is a good goal for 2022.
Yeah.
We haven't been able to do as many interviews as we've done in the past, and it's.
So let's change that.
I mean, that's one of the most fun things about this podcast, or working here in general, is the people that we meet and their crazy stories. So hopefully
next time PJ is out of office, because she will want to, I can see her with her ear to the door trying to listen into our plans. Let's you and I figure out who we're going to call and start calling people.
Ghostbusters.
That'll work too. You know, we could find a way to make that RV related, I'm sure.
Have you counted how many times I've danced during this podcast?
You are up to so many. Okay, 4. Okay. All right. Well, how's that? Is that a wrap? Are we at the end?
Yeah, I mean, I think we've talked all we can talk. Now we gotta walk the walk.
You tied up your fingers.
I did. Y'all know what I mean, though.
Oh, all right. Any parting thoughts before I close this out?
Yes.
Shots over the bow.
Bye, 2021.
Get out of here.
See ya, suckers.
PJ.
Sorry,
I
go
don't
ahead.
know. I cannot compete with you guys.
But you had thoughts.
Yeah, the thought that I had was thank you. You guys, we did accomplish a lot. We should celebrate that. And thank you.
I know where some champagne is.
Let's do it. I'm game. I am game.
I don't play a game.
Oh, you do now. It's almost 2022 when you will play
I
games.
feel so bubbly.
And
Go
love
us.
it.
So hard to reach at this table
I
setup.
know.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
All right.
Everybody, welcome. No. The champagne's already gone to my head. And it's not even in the room.
The word champagne. I'm drunk.
Everybody, thank you for joining us for this episode of the RV Small Talk podcast. This last episode of 2021. I know I'm having Englishing problems.
Well, you talk so fast.
Chill out.
Do you practice that?
I don't.
Yeah. Can you breathe a little? Because I worry about you sometimes.
I actually have fairly decent lung capacity, so it's just one breath and you just go.
I have fairly decent lung capacity.
Yeah. I actually use that lung capacity to annoy Lindsay sometimes.
It's true.
Okay.
It's true.
Well, let's wrap this up, Mr. Lung Capacity.
Now I'm going to pass the baton because now I feel called out. Go ahead,
Oh,
Lindsay.
sorry.
Well, I'm probably going to talk too slow, but like Clint was saying, thank you
Oh
for
my gosh, so slow.
joining us. And don't forget to check us out on Facebook at RV Small Talk and RV Small Talk Community. What else am I supposed to say?
I don't know, but I am in suspense. I can't wait.
This is the worst. I never have to do this part. We love you guys. Happy New Year. Pew!
Happy New Year.
Bye, guys.
Did I say everything?
Yes. Good job.
But you also said nothing.
So many words.
And that's okay.